Okay, it's Japanese, Irish Highlanders. Uh, it's not a weekly update, but it's sort of like a maybe every 10-day update. And this recent adventure is da 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 da. Our reservoir for the town is frozen. And I'm not talking about the movie, I'm talking about the fact the lake is frozen. That means that our homes will not get water deliveries until we get free flowing water again. That means, is everyone getting tired of the minus 45, minus 50-degree temperatures up here? Yes. I even had one of our Inuit staff members walk by me and say, I'm getting tired of the cold. And I was like, but. So, what we've had to do is we've had to prepare for potentially several days of no running water. Um, we have to do water conservation. So, within our own buildings, there is a reservoir tank that we have, which the water truck is supposed to come along and fill up. Well, I'm not sure when we had our last fill up, but luckily for myself, because it's just me, I don't think I go through that much water. However, with my medical condition, is I do drink a lot of water, so I'm going to be conserving as much as I can. We may have to go into the situation of actually getting snow and dumping it into our bathtubs to melt. A contingency situation that we do have is if you have completely run out, they will actually go out and cut chunks of ice out of the lake and bring it to you, and then you boil it to make it safe, and then voila, you have water. But the only other thing that I know is that there is a large, I believe there was some sort of military exercise happening, and they were supposed to come in next week. So we're like, hey, any of you have engineers with you? Because we may need to start making water. Anyway, as I said to some of my other coworkers and everybody else, hey, it's a good thing that I'm used to roughing it either with hunting or reenacting or volunteering with cadet units and stuff like that. Because me, oh my, yeah, I don't mind going a few days without a shower. I'll have to sort of wing it with some little dabs of cold water and good thing I have lots of deodorant, but we'll see what happens. Um, I won't be posting this for a bit because, of course, I have to save my phone data. Oh, and I have one of my lovely Battlefront miniature books in the background there. That's the Red Thunder for my Soviet stuff when I actually have my games going. So yeah, I mean I just thought I'd give that shout out. I didn't do one on over the weekend because I was slightly busy with other things, and there really wasn't anything of earth-shattering importance that happened, except that it was still a pretty darn good week and survived. However, I should give a shout out to my dad and my stepmom down in Annapolis County who sent me a parcel. Thank you. And I got my Morris's tea, which really made me happy. And I actually shared the tea out with my coworkers, and it's probably the last cup of tea we're going to be having for a little bit. Wow. Yeah. So we'll have to see what's going to happen tomorrow. I'll record another clip for tomorrow, considering what's going to happen. Because if we are in another state of emergency situation, it may make for some interesting situations. But I have lots of food. I have heat. We have power. I have actually that was the other thing. I was able actually to buy flannel sheets, so I actually have bed sheets. So yeah, everything's kind of coming up in the world for me right now, which is pretty good. So I will keep abreast of the situation of what's going on. If anyone down south wants to keep me in your prayers or anything like that, or if you want to potentially contact your MPs and say, hey, how come isolated communities up north have problems like this? Oh, that's two things. One, we're in an isolated community, and two, if it's super cold, this is what happens, right? But anyway, um, global warming being as it is, here's the thing. Uh, the cold weather that we have now is further back into the year because, it's the way it is. So anyway, but keeping my spirits up, still having a really good time helping my students learn. I think I'll give another little shout out I had today. I had a special needs student who usually has a support worker with him, and support workers were a little busy with other stuff. So I actually sat down with this young fellow and sat down, and he was probably one of the only students in the entire class who was actively wanting to actually write the stuff down. I mean, the other kids were doing it too, but this kid, he was actually reading some of the letters, and he was picking up on the fact, like he would see like W, and then he said, well, hey, snow has a W, right? And I'm like, yep, he's clicking in, he's got it. Despite whatever issues he has, he was actually able to read the words that we put up with the special flashcards that I made, and he could figure out how to actually read. So I know that I'm getting through to that young fella. And also I was able to connect with some grade 11, 12 students, which I thought was really good because I usually don't do that very well with high school kids. I have really strong abilities with young learners, but teenagers, sometimes I have to find a really good way to connect. But these guys, I was able to do that via talking about video games and, of all things, 80s classic rock music. And the fact that, everything that we have in those things, you can look at the grammar points throughout song titles and game titles, and voila. And both these kids I was talking to, I could see the spark in their eye saying, oh my God, I got it. And I'm like, yep, this isn't rocket science. It's simple stuff that you can do. Now what I have to do is, like I told them, I said, I somehow click with you guys, and then I have to motivate you to show me so that I teach it to you. You come back to me with what you understand, and then I toss it to you, and you guys got to give me something back. And when I see young people who getting that, no matter what age, I know that I still have it in me that I can teach young people and do stuff. And wow, I kind of forgot that I had that for a long time, but I still have the ability to help out. And that's not just me tooting my own horn. I've had a lot of people, a lot of my teaching friends down south, teacher friends that are still over in Asia, and everybody else. And yeah, I'm here, and I'm helping people to learn and doing it. It's almost like the red green thing where he said we're all in this together. Well, in this situation we have in the town tonight, we're all in this together, and I'm glad that I'm here because I'm going to help people to learn, and I'm going to learn stuff from them. And you know what? It's pretty cool, even though it's minus 40, minus 50 with a lot of snow on the ground and the water's frozen. But, we just carry on. All right, everybody have a good one, and I will post this when I can.